Alright. I'm gonna steal you, man. You ready? Jalen. Plus, that's my son's favorite player anyway, so throw the ball. Okay, good. Alright. I'll jump into Jalen. Jalen, go into that. Be on the elbow. Okay. So the way we do this, let's take the defense ball, slide down here to the elbow. Come on down here to the charge circle. Sorry. Good. Alright. So what we would do is we'd have the ball would get thrown out. Now let's say offensively, we would say you can run no on-ball screens. So we're not having to worry about guarding any on-ball screens at this point. We're just working on our communication. We have 3 people. So if the ball was coming to me right here, good. I would need to close out. You would need to get to the gap. Jalen would need to get to the split. Get to the split, Jalen. Make sure your body sees your player. Very good. Good. Your eyes see the ball, Jalen. Good. All right. Okay. And it's live from straight on right now. We would have to get 3 stops. So if the ball went back there, good. Get up here. I got to get the help. Jalen can get the help. Okay. Good. Now, ball back. Jalen is still coming out. Right here. Good. So, this is here where offensively you would start to coach this. Good defense would have had, Jalen would have sprinted right here to the elbow to fill his gap. Okay? Jalen was a little bit late. He was perfect coach's clinic defender for what I'm about to say. So what I would tell here, this gentleman right here, so Cooper had the ball. He went ahead and passed. But he's also, we're looking for easy shots. Yep. So, Jalen, you were just off the just a little bit, right? Yeah, good. Do you have a driving lane right now? So, this is when you would teach this kind of stuff. Because to me, by the time the ball gets there, Jalen's closed him down, and we've just missed an opportunity to go get a layup right here. All that. You want them to start to recognize in this scenario for defense. We're also working on getting our defense better. So we're getting 2 things that can be coached in this moment. We need Jalen to get to the elbow and get to the gap and see his player with his body. Okay? And we also need Cooper to recognize that right now he has a driving lane with no help. Because I jump to the elbow right here. I'm in this driving lane. Jalen's over there. Cooper needs to recognize the one to the right. Okay? Up. So that's now when we start to incorporate small-sided. Alright, so now, play, go. Elbow. Hey, I got split. Hey, you see me driving right now. Probably not. Because if you go to baseline, I'm here, right? If I was out here, you should go. Correct. Okay, alright, so ball's here. Ball you pass. You don't have a good one. Good. You have a driving lane. No, pass. Good. You have a driving lane. Okay, good. So maybe I would say yes, because maybe Jalen's a bit late, so maybe that you would have explored that. Maybe. Alright? Okay, good. Ball's on top. Good. What do you have right now? Go. Go to the right. Okay? So that's when you start to implement both sides of the ball and getting them to recognize both good D, poor D, encouraging good O, to recognize that. These are simple things. But what happens is we professionally muck it up because we want them to do something specific on offense. Meanwhile, we're not even focused on whether we have good D or not. Or we're only working on the defense and it's like, Jalen gets the elbow, and I'm in the gap, and the ball gets here. Good. Hey, ball there. Good, very good. So then we're yelling at me to get here. Meanwhile, he didn't learn anything. Okay? So that's really important, especially when I know you have limited amount of time, limited amount of space, and you're getting to work on basketball concepts. Like the faster that he can recognize that eyes just stood up and watched, and he starts driving the ball right there, you're creating easy shots. And then if he goes, right, go to stage dribble, good. So now, if he puts up a shot, and he starts here, and he's standing here, and I'm walking him out, what do we get to teach him right now? Even in our head, yes. Right? So all that now starts to just stack on a simple 3-on-3 drill. Okay? All right, come back. You think about it. All right, no. Good, good, good. Got your split, got your split. Good, got your gap, got the ball. Good, 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 good. Good decision. Good. Good. Okay? So now I would just say, hey, Cooper, great pass. You drew two, you kicked. You that's the shot. Get in there and get down. Like you were watching, he took a shot, he took a three. I know we're not live, but you know what I'm saying? Like that's the teaching point that I would make out of that just situation. So you might do that. Have a winner, you would emphasize whatever. If you wanted the offense to be the winner, fine. If you want the defense to win, stops, flip it, run it back, run it with that session, and then maybe you go in, you go, all right, now we want to work on ball. So pass, pass, okay, set an on ball, again. Now again, right now in the on ball, I'm forgetting your name again. DJ, sorry. So right now, I made the mistake. DJ, use the screen, use the screen. Good basketball coaching would be, DJ, drive the baseline and score, because there's no one guarding the basket. If you can go out and lead Jaden, go ahead, go. Now I'm ready. What's that? Give me your, now you can let me get ready. What's the great shot now? Exactly. Okay? So, I can't emphasize that enough. I have personally messed that up. Like, oh, we're doing on balls. Boy, you better use that on ball. And meanwhile, I'm defeating the easy and the fun stuff of like, recognize, drive the baseline. There was no help there. Make the help over rotate. Great pass out, wide open shot, three. Okay? Go. All right, let's go get on ball. Good. Switch it in. Okay? Good shot. Walk out. Good job. Come in the rebound. And there you go. I would just tell Jay and be like, hey, make sure you block him out. He did a great job coming in. Now we just cleaned up some of his defensive rebounding right there. Okay? All right, come this way. Good. Oh, stop. Offensively, you have a great shooter. Okay? Again, concepts. Recognizing, let's say I go under here, right here. Okay? You use it like you did. Go ahead. We're not switching. Okay? Again, this might be higher than some of you are ready to go. But start reading that if you're a shooter and I go under that screen, it's got to be a shot. Has to. And the make or the miss doesn't matter because the more they start to recognize that, the younger they are, they're going to be really good at it when they start working on their craft and they're making shots down. But this kid can stand out here and shoot all these threes they want. And then they run an on ball. And the other team does a major mistake and goes underneath it like that. And if they were prepared in that moment in training, they're not taking it. So you got to work on it now. Like, don't be caught up on the make or the miss. That's for them to work on their own. But the concept has got to be there in place. And the sooner the better. So come back. Good. Okay, we're not going to skip. Okay? All right. Okay. And you're a great job. Okay. All right. So go slow. Use it. Good. I got over the top. Go ahead and pass it. Set a ball screen. Good. Ball. Yes, good. Good. It's got to be starting that quick. Okay? So now we've worked on that concept as well. All right? Any questions about any of that? Okay?